Good to have you back. Well, a memorial service will be held this morning for Lufuno Mavhunga. She died in an apparent suicide after a video of her being assaulted went viral earlier on this week. Her family is preparing for her funeral tomorrow. Our reporter, eNCA's Lindokuhle Xulu, is in Thohoyandou following this story for us very closely. Let's cross live now to him. Lindo, good morning to you, colleague. Yesterday, you gave us some context and updates around what had been happening, including the 15-year-old perpetrator who had been arrested. What's the latest this morning?
Well, as we understand it, Dumelo, today we're expecting that there'll be some form of appearance as a first appearance for the 15-year-old girl that was arrested. In this particular case, we do know that the girl is arrested for assault, but there are still investigations as to understand exactly what the link is, particularly when it comes to the suicide of Lufuno Mavhunga, as well as that particular incident that took place just outside the school premises. What we also know is that the family is quite devastated. They're saying that as a family, they are still focused on making sure that they bury Lufuno. But one of the things they are not going to do at this stage is to explore any legal avenue. That will only be afterwards will they consider any form of legal action. So today we're expecting that there'll be an appearance, but it's going to be a long process, Dumelo, because you know that this is a minor, this is a 15-year-old that is facing charges of assault. So the Child Justice Act requires a lot from authorities to actually go through in terms of social workers checking the state of mind of the pupil and just making sure that all checks and balances are done. But one of the things we're also expecting today is, of course, the memorial service that is set to start at around 10 a.m. This is here at this school where pupils will be paying their respects, will be paying their tributes to a fallen comrade or a fallen pupil among themselves. So this is the developments that we have so far. We also understand that from the family's side there will be some form of memorial service later on, but that is where we are at in terms of this case at this stage.
Because, Linda, I can see that you're standing right in front of Mbilu Secondary School there. Did you have an opportunity to perhaps engage with the educators or the principal in terms of, you know, what they're doing and how they're dealing with this incident? I mean, we're meant to speak to Victor from the SA Human Rights Commission in this hour regarding their dissatisfaction with how the principal handled this matter.
Well, I can tell you that the principal has been defended by, in fact, the MEC of Education as well as the MEC of Health in the province. They came here yesterday. They are the ones now leading at the forefront in terms of what needs to happen after this. And one of the things they told us after they had gotten a report from the school was that there was confirmation that, in fact, Lufuno had taken her life just after that particular incident. They have told us that one of the things that happened was a social media dispute between the two pupils that had led to what we have seen in terms of that gruesome video of the assault. But I can tell you that at this stage, there are plans to make sure that there is recourse in terms of this situation. They have engaged with the pupils. They've engaged with them. Even yesterday, there are social workers that are permanently placed here. And one of the things the MEC told us was that this will be used as a blueprint for many schools in the province. As they are seeing the high number of bullying in Limpopo schools, they will be using this particular school to make sure that the mechanisms they're putting place in forward will then be as a form of, fighting against this particular thing in a proactive manner. So they are said to have dialogues with both the pupils and the parents themselves, including the educators. And the other thing we're expecting, as we understand, they will be establishing a phone line that will be toll-free and that will be directed to pupils that are being bullied to actually be able to be helped in a situation of Lufuno. So there's quite a number of things that they're saying, but one of the things again, I should reiterate is that they defended the principal, saying that the processes that needed to be followed in terms of the disciplinary action and making sure that they intervene in that particular fight were taken. So at this stage, it does seem that the Department of Education in the province is the one that is leading the recourse in terms of what needs to happen in the province. And they are saying that the principal had done all things that were expected of him to actually, resolve that particular fight.
Colleague, briefly before I let you go in just a moment, we know that the MEC had been engaging with pupils. You did remind us that social workers were deployed to the school to talk to the pupils. What's the status so far about the other bystanders, the pupils that witnessed this assault, the individual that took footage of this assault? What's the status on some of them at this point?
Well, the MEC of Education yesterday just came out right and said that everyone must know that they will not be tolerating bullying. We do understand that those that were part of that particular video, those that were laughing and those that were pointing, they will in fact be suspended and they will follow disciplinary action against them. But we do understand that in terms of the evaluation of some of these pupils, there is permanently placed social workers at the school. We do understand that this is going to happen for a very long time in terms of making sure that they deal with the repercussions of that particular incident that took place when Lufuno had passed on. But I can tell you that there are permanently placed staff from the social development and from the Department of Health here to ensure that the state of mind of these learners, particularly those that were bystanders, they are able to take care of them. Even those that will be suspended, we are expecting that they will in fact be receiving some form of help and evaluation from these social workers.
We'll leave it there. Thank you so much, colleague, for that update. eNCA's Lindokuhle Xulu.